So, in its 90th year, the Irish Army Equitation School is a stalwart amongst Irish breeding, training and competing. They represent the Irish horse here and abroad. I'm joined now by one of their key players. Please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Lieutenant David Power. I'm 25 years old. I've ridden for the Army for 6 years now. I joined the cadet school in September 2008, was commissioned in January 2010 and started competing at the start of the season in 2011. So I'm here this week. I have 3 horses with me and I think this is my 4th year in Mill Street for the Army.
So already at your young tender years of 25, you have a lot of experience under your belt. How many horses did you bring with you today?
I have 3 horses. I jumped 2 today. I jumped 1 in the Boomerang this morning. He had a time fault. Jumped very good. He's a very, very nice horse, a 6-year-old. I have him for 2 years. He's maybe a little bit not so experienced, but he's a very, very good horse. And then I jumped probably my most experienced horse today in the 150 ranking class, a 12-year-old horse called Donstown. I'm riding for maybe 3 or 4 years now. He's a very nice horse. He's quite consistent. He was placed in the Grand Prix in South County last week. He was 5th and he was 6th about 2 weeks previous in Cork. So he's on a good run of form at the moment.
Can you tell us a little bit about your typical day within the Army Equitation School?
Our typical day is it's very similar most days. When we're at home, each rider has their own allotment of horses. I currently have 7 horses. So every morning I'd come in maybe a little bit before 8 o'clock, whatever paperwork, entries, etc. needs to get done. We'll do that. We start riding at 8:30. We ride through till 12:30. We take a break for lunch, and usually over lunch we talk about our plans and maybe review videos from the weekend, plan what's coming up, and then we start riding again at 1:30. We'll ride through till 4:30. So it's fairly regimented, and it's kind of most days are similar.
So you would say routine is a very important thing in producing both horse and rider?
For sure, yeah. We're lucky that we have fantastic staff, we've fantastic training. With everything, any asset that we can use, we can get. So we're extremely lucky that way. And the fact that we've such a good routine also helps. So horse and rider and groom knows exactly what's going on every single day, which is important. You know, there's no time wasted in planning. It's all done. You know, so it's great.
Speaking of training, who do you have giving you a hand with training within the barracks?
Well, I've been very lucky from the time I was there. Lieutenant Colonel Tom Frayne has been there and he's been a great mentor for me over the years. I've also been extremely lucky that I got to work with the likes of David O'Brien, Michael Kelly and Jeff Kern, who are themselves a fountain of knowledge, so I picked up loads from them. So I'm extremely lucky that way.
So Lieutenant David Power, if you had advice to give to any of our younger riders who wish to perhaps come into the Irish Army Equitation School, what advice would you give them?
I suppose there's a few bits of advice. I didn't have a whole lot of experience coming into the Army, and it's a great place to get experience. So I think a lot of people are put off by the fear that they're not experienced enough, and I don't think that's true. But the main thing is hard work. You have to love your job and be very dedicated. And I suppose there's lots of ups and downs, but if you can keep your head up and stay working, you'll go far.